one of these titles are you least excited about? Which one do you think you're like, oh, I don't know if I care for that at this point? It's hard to know because we don't know much else other than the title and
I'm least
main cast.
excited about the Creature Patrol.
Yeah,
You
Creature
know,
Commandos.
oh,
Yeah, me
Creature
too.
Commandos. Yeah. I feel that they could have gone with better team ups
Yeah.
for their phase one, but it is what it is. In James Gunn we trust, but I'm just happy that the possibility of a Bat family is going to come. So
Yeah. Which I'm interested to. I wonder if they're gonna end up like bringing old girl back as Batgirl and be like, "Look, I know we canned your movie. It was a thing, but we can maybe continue this. But now we're gonna do it at a higher level as opposed to what they seem to keep saying was a $90 million made for TV movie CW style."
yeah, they should. They should.
I think it would be the right and moral thing to do.
So would that girl be the mother to this child that in this the Brave and the Bold?
No. The mother to Damien is Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Talia al Ghul.
Talia
Oh,
al Ghul. She basically raped Batman and then, got Damien. And then hid him for 9 years. And then told Bruce.
Okay. So which of these titles gets you most excited?
Well, least excited for me first is...
Oh, sorry. What's this for your gift?
Probably either The Authority or maybe... Yeah, I think The Authority. Because I don't know anything about them. Like, that's the one that's going to actually have to impress me. And, if we're just getting another version of The Boys, I'm not super excited for that. It's a rip that gets old fast if you don't know how to utilize
they
it well.
already have the voice for that.
Exactly. Like, literally, The Boys are could be basically that.
Yeah, and we already have The Watchmen as well.
Yeah.
And a really great show made by HBO of Watchmen as well too.
Yeah, so I don't think we need another one. But anyway, yeah.
And what about the strongest?
What's your least? What's the least thing you're excited about?
Oh, it's the same as you. It was Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos.
We already got the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we've already got the Suicide Squad. We've got this, kind of. It looks like James Gunn's kind of replicating himself. Misfits come together, to make a ragtag team of heroes. He's kind of copying himself a bit more. That's also my concern with the Authority, although they don't seem like they're going to be heroes at all. But the Creature Commandos just seemed, I thought, because apparently they're vampires and stuff like that, this crossover, all these traditional horror characters, and it's been done so many times, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get ahead of Midnight Suns.
Yeah, so that's the one I think's the weakest. The other ones I really can't speak with any. A lot of them I can't speak within the Authority to. Paradise Lost will be interested because they're not going to have straight up a main and protagonist because it's about Wonder Woman's world, but she's not in it. So who is going to be the person that's going to kind of be the person? But they can still make that work. The strongest one, boys. Which one of these is the strongest?
Honestly, I think it's gonna. I think unironically, I think it's gonna be the Brave and the Bold. I think Batman, especially with Damian, is a good, complex father-son, traumatic, figure yourself out, open up the Bat family kind of story.
Yeah.
But I think the dark horse strongest one is probably Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. The Brave and the Bold. You're right. That's certainly got tons of possibility because it's got that very strong family. And does the kid becomes a bit of a rebel? Does he?
Yeah.
I mean, his whole thing is he was trained by Ra's al Ghul. He's a mini assassin, and so he thinks like an adult and thinks he's, as capable of any adult. And from a physical standpoint, yes, but from a mental standpoint, he's still maybe not 9, but still juvenile and immature because his experiences are still being shaped by Batman and kind of unprogramming some of that black and white thought process of Ra's al Ghul, if you remember him from Batman Begins.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, JP? Have you said which is your strongest?
Brave and the Bold as well. I'm really excited for like the possibility of the Bat family, but a very close second to me will be like the Green Lanterns. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the Green Lanterns, and tied to it is Swamp Thing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, which is probably strange, but because Swamp Thing at one point becomes a lantern, but not a Green Lantern. He becomes a White Lantern, like because White Lanterns stand for life. So um, I'm excited for all that. I think Swamp Thing could possibly be linked to Green Lantern, and maybe we can see all the different colors of the spectrum of the lanterns. Like we might get Sinestro again, or hopefully the Red Lanterns, which are really
The one that
cool.
run on evil, the run on ultra evil. They just
Yeah,
feel pain, nothing but pain, so they have to feed on it to feel more powerful. Yeah. I do think the Lanterns, especially if they're going under a true detective kind of feel, is going to be most interesting. I do worry a little bit about mistaking, copying, putting a different show in a different genre and emulating shows that did well inside a genre. There's a difference in that, because a lot of these seem to be very cognizant of like Paradise Island. People are already like, this is very Game of Thronesy. Lanterns,
That's what he said. That's what Gunn said.
Yeah. So it's like I'm hoping, but I trust him to formulate something. But like still, and I assume these are just trying to give people a perception of understanding, but not exactness. But like, yeah, I do worry. It's like, all right, I want something new, but I do want to see these characters, and I do want to see this presented out. And I'm glad there's a plan, and I'm glad that no lessons from J.J. Abrams was going to be turned over into this, because Bad Robot, basically stole like $80 million from WB to formulate absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Well, the one show that movie we haven't even mentioned yet, but I think has a really funny premise, not just for a superhero movie, but for any movie, is Booster Gold.
Oh yeah, I mean that one's just gonna be hilarious. Dude comes back, time travels back in time, and has to convince to try and be a hero and get all the praise, and completely is a failure. Like I don't know if you guys ever saw this. Like, do you remember that show, The Last American Hero?
Yeah, the movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, not that one. The one where he was like, it was this guy. It was a TV show, and it's this guy who gets powers, but he doesn't know what his powers are, and they're not consistent. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
You know about the TV show, The Greatest American Hero? Way back
Is it
in
The Greatest American Hero?
Was it way back in the 80s?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that was one of my childhood favorite shows ever.
That's what I feel like this Booster Gold is going to be, kind of like, minus not without the powers.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a funny premise, because you can imagine almost anyone doing it. Like, oh wow, I'll go back into, like, even we could do this now. We could go back, 100 years from now with all our mobile phones and all that stuff, and blow people away with how clever we are and all the things we can do, and say, look, we're doing magic.
I just realized. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So I just think it's a funny idea.
Yeah. I think that one is going to be a hit. What were you saying, JP?
Yeah, I just realized maybe they're gonna do Doomsday properly this time around, because you've got Booster Gold, you've got Blue Beetle,
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah, I
maybe-
forgot about Blue Beetle. Like Blue Beetle comes out this year too, right?
Yeah.
Let's remind our friends to please click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos out.
Subscribe.
Subscribe!
God, oh God. Oh God.